Ozempic Face. What is it? Is it real? What's Ozempic? Who's admitted to using it? And what can you do about it if you get it? So Ozempic is a GLP-1 agonist. It's a medication that's originally was FDA approved for diabetes, but what they found is people were losing a lot of weight with it. And the same drug company in a higher dose got it FDA approved. In 2019, the original approval of Ozempic was 2017. The weight loss was 2019. And it was approved at that point then for weight loss. Very common for drug companies to do this. Now, who's admitted to using it? Number one, Elon Musk. He's come out and said he was on it. Number two, Rosie O'Donnell. And she said she was on another type of GLP-1 agonist, a different combination one, not exactly Ozempic. And a lot of Hollywood people back off of the fact that they're on it because they're being shamed, because the people with diabetes who need it to survive potentially aren't getting it because of its role in diabetes and insulin stabilization. Chelsea Handler is another one. And of course the Kardashians. And is thin in, I'm here to tell you, I was just there, it is. There's a huge movement back to thin, for better or for worse. But someone said, oh, Khloe used it. Kim came out and said, no, let's stop that rumor right there. But of course the rumors are rampant that they are using it. When the weight loss that I saw amongst friends of mine was astounding. I'm talking 20, 30, 40, 50 pounds. They look like different people. So when you see that, it's a stigmatization that they're on Ozempic down there. And interestingly, there's a pocket of places within the country, different cities, Hollywood being one of them, where most of it is being sold. Fascinating. Now, people are losing a lot of weight, 30, 40, 50 pounds. Is it real? Yes. I was just in Vegas, as you know, for a big congress. I was in LA, I was in Hollywood, and I saw people, some of them I hadn't seen in a year or two, and they were a shadow of their former selves. Now their face looked good, but a lot of them were in the aesthetic industry. So I'll tell you at the end what they did to treat Ozempic Face. Now, first it's important to understand what Ozempic does. I'm going to say Ozempic, Wegovy, semaglutide, it's all the same thing. And what it does is it slows down your gastric emptying, so it slows down the emptying from the stomach. It also affects the hypothalamus in the brain. Both those things say, hey, you're not hungry, so you don't eat as much. But the weight loss is dramatic, and that is what Ozempic Face is. When you lose a lot of weight, obviously the fat pads in the face, they shift over time, and that becomes revealed. Now, I want to make a distinction here because I'm of the age where I remember in 2000, actually we'll say 2000, because in Europe at that point, it was well realized that a drug called AZT, which is used to treat HIV, did cause lipodystrophy, lipoatrophy, and wasting of facial fat. And there was a big stigma involved, and that's why people brought a treatment for that, which is called SUlptra. They brought it to the US, and finally in the US in 2004, SUlptra was approved to treat that side effect from AZT, or those reverse transcriptase drugs. And there's a whole class of those drugs that did that because people had that stigma of facial wasting. That was a drug that caused that. In this case, it isn't the drug that causes it. So it isn't Ozempic, it isn't Wegovy, it isn't semaglutide that is causing fat loss in the face. It's simply fat loss occurring globally throughout the face and the body. And that's why people say, what's Ozempic body? It's the same thing. It's just fat loss. Now here's the thing. As we age, there's a couple points here. As we age, the fat atrophies in some areas naturally, it hypertrophies or grows in some areas, but most importantly, it's displaced, meaning it moves. So you get a malar pad, you get the downturned mouth, all those things. So when you lose weight, it reveals that. So whether you lost weight not from exercising, I'll cover that in a minute. If you lost weight by Ozempic, by this type of drug, by bariatric surgery, or just not eating, you're going to get Ozempic Face. It's from fat loss. Now when you exercise, I think it's very different, because you'll find that the face maintains collagen. There's something about exercise, increases blood flow, it maintains your face. So those, if you're not losing weight too fast and you're exercising, even though you're on Ozempic, they look better. And that's really the first most natural antidote to Ozempic Face, which is global fat loss. So understand those distinctions. Ozempic is not causing anything special to cause this lipoatrophy. It's just sheer weight loss. On the body, the best way is going to be surgery. But what would you do? How would you treat it on the face? Well, why did these people that I met look good in the face despite losing 30 or 40 pounds? Well, it comes down to money, or the availability of fillers. Because I mentioned SUlptra in 2004. Before 2004, patients would bring me in their SUlptra from Europe, and I would inject it, and it was allowed through special programs that were made available because SUlptra worked so well. Radius became FDA approved in 2006. I started using it for lipoatrophy then. It just didn't quite work as well as SUlptra, didn't last as long, because most of that vial has something called CMC, carboxymethylcellulose, which doesn't last more than 2 or 3 months. So SUlptra is better. But those would be treatments for that. People who work in the aesthetic world, of course, have that available to them, and they can maintain collagen, because that's what supports the fat pads, and they can add volume. So SUlptra does both. The first and second dose are skin tightening, and the next subsequent doses add volume. And I use a lot of SUlptra in practice and historically, and that's the best way to go. Now on the body, that would be too expensive, and of course people are trying to lose weight anyway. So yes, a lot of people are on it. Yes, a lot of people are losing a lot of weight. Yes, you get facial fat loss, but it doesn't directly kill your fat pads like some other things. I put another video up here that I made all about Ozempic, and they interviewed some people on it, and I go into further detail about exactly what and how it works. Stay tuned here. Keep your skin and body beautiful, healthy, and vibrant.